Now let's dive into where I'm excited for. Why? Because having zombies back has been such an amazing thing to be able to detox away from the multiplayer scene and go, you know what? I've sweat enough matches. Let's hop into zombies, work on some camos, and relax. So what do we have to look forward to in zombies? Well, first off, you have that the story gets to continue with Operation Deadbolt, pretty much destroying this giant worm, and the fact that it just keeps going and going, and that we are going to be testing our abilities, because for some of us, we think it was too easy. In Treyarch's odd fashion, as we know them, they went, oh, you thought that was easy. That's cute. Why don't we give you something to challenge you? Enter the Rift. So what exactly happens when you enter the Rift? Oh, I don't know. You and your entire squad are going into the Dark Aether. For those of you who remember playing Cold War, fighting in the Dark Aether itself was not exactly the easiest thing in the world. Now, what exactly does this mean? This means that you're going to have even more difficult enemies to go up against. This means that you have new objectives and new challenges that you'll be able to do. And this also extends your match for an additional 30 minutes from the moment you enter the Dark Aether Rift. Now, some of you might be thinking, hey, we have the ray gun, we have the Wonder Waff, and we have that other wonder weapon, but we get another wonder weapon on top of that at launch. The V-R11. So what exactly does the V-R11 do? So the V-R11 turns any enemy into an ally. Now, some of you might be going, well, what if I shoot a human? If you shoot a human player, an AI human, not an actual player who's alive, they turn into a friendly zombie. If you shoot a zombie, the zombie turns into a human and fights for you, meaning that it will draw attention to nearby zombies and you can use them as a scapegoat to get away from pretty much any gunfight that you're just not ready for. Oh, to top it all off, some of you might already be done with the schematics, already have all the wonder weapons, everything unlocked, and you're wondering, what's next? Oh, I don't know. Why don't we hop into the schematics? First off, the dog bone. For those of you who have already had it, that you've summoned the little hellhound, you will now be able to just use it right off the bat instead of having to find a doghouse. By consuming the dog bone, you will be summoning a hellhound companion that'll follow you and attack nearby threats until its health runs out. Now, keep in mind that you still have it that if you go into the tier 3 zone and get that dog, if you use 4 flesh, unlimited health, unlimited reses for yourself, keep that in mind. Then, of course, you have the golden armor plate. So how exactly does this little beauty work? So by using the new golden armor plate, this replaces your armor carrier with plates that automatically repair over time, as well as give you additional damage resistance. Then you have the Aether Blade. The Aether Blade, just off of its description alone, kind of reminds me of a certain throwing axe from Mob of the Dead. You know which one I'm referring to. You know exactly the one that I'm thinking of off the top of my head. In which case, you end up having infinite ammo. It has a boomerang-like combat style, meaning you can throw it at an enemy, comes back, throw it again, and keep doing this over and over again. And what's better is that the Aether Blade will end up locating the nearest enemy to hit before it comes back to you. Now, those are some of the things we'll see at launch. Now, let's dive into the mid-season. So for mid-season, you have the Warlord. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name because I will butcher the ever-living daylights out of it. So what exactly do you have? Is that, oh, I don't know, you have Operation Deadbolt trying to counteract the exclusion zone, and you have it that Jack Fletcher will then be deploying another set of his lieutenants to the battle space in the coming weeks, meaning that the South Korean-born operator will be bringing all hell down on you. Apparently, she really likes using electronic warfare and a fleet of self-programmed drones that are going to absolutely make your life a living nightmare.
Get them to click that subscribe button, Dick. It's the only way we can figure out the numbers. What do the numbers mean, Dick? We're wasting valuable time.